You are now watching The Lone Blown. Blown! Yo, what's poppin', my peoples? You're back here on The Lone Blown. What's up? And I'll give you another blown since everyone's been loving it recently. Shout it out, subscribe to the channel if you want some more blown action. Alrighty, I'm gonna stop blowning around. Okay, seriously. Spiritomb. This deck's kinda cool. It's from Unbroken Bonds. It's had its fair share of success, and it does nothing, then it has more success. Will this deck die after rotation? This video isn't even about rotation. It's about our current Ultra Prism to Rebel Clash format right meow. Spiritomb doing more damage to itself, building spites, building damage counters on it. We got the Rainbow Energy to build more damage counters on it. We got the Jynx to do some Ominous Posture to move some more damage counters on it. Then we got Hustle Belt to do some big Spiritomb damage. Yeah. Okay. So Anguish Cry, it scales up. So with 3 damage counters on it, basically that's how you activate Hustle Belt. You have to have 30 or less HP on that Pokemon. So you're doing 10 plus 30, 30, 30. So that's 100 plus Hustle Belt, 160. 160 for a single energy on a single prize card Pokemon. It's absolutely busted. You can do cool things with this deck, such as use Yveltal-GX. Maybe you just hit them for 40 damage, 10 plus 30. Maybe you used Mew plus a Zigzagoon. There's a lot of cool things going on with this deck, including damage modifiers such as Shrine of Punishment and other things. Does this deck have what it takes to be one of the best decks, one of the top contenders in this format? I honestly think so. Spiritomb's a deck that I've undervalued before in the past, but I've played it in a few PTCGO conquests on my Twitch. Easy plug since it's my channel, word. Twitch.tv/TheLoneBlown. Check that out. Follow me on my socials in the description, where you could also rip this nasty list. Check it out. Anyways, let's jump into a game and see exactly how this deck works. I mean, I could blather about all that. You just want to watch the action and see the list, so let's jump into it. Okay, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get for the flip? Let me know in the comments below before we find out. Peeking. We lost the coin flip. Yikes. I mean, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. One thing that I like about this deck is you can do a lot of damage counters really quickly. Especially if your opponent has like a weak start. They go like Jirachi past. You could just rob games from your opponent. So we're just going to chill with the one Pokemon in active spot. And our opponent's playing Dragapult. This is actually something where they just go Dragapult pass. It's possible for us to win the game on this first turn. We're actually only... I think we're very close to just knocking out a Dragapult in one shot here. Depending on what our opponent has, of course. I mean, the Super Scoop Up is probably not going to matter because we want to aim on one prize card knockouts. Yeah, they're just going to switch into Jirachi. I think that's correct. Now, the one thing that they've allowed us to possibly do is knock out Jirachi and knock out Dedenne at this point. I mean, they do play the Scoop Ups, but it is something to consider. Crushing Hammer is probably not going to matter too much in this matchup either, but we will find out very quickly. I actually play this matchup on the other side. Spiritomb's what kicked me out of the Players' Cup when I was playing Dragapult by Mike Fouché, who's largely pioneered the modern version of this deck with Ross Cawthon, so time to get some payback here. Let's see what Stellar Wish brings us. I mean, Quick Ball certainly ain't bad, but it comes down to what do we really want to do here. There's Spiritomb. Let's go Quick Ball away. Quick Ball. Search our deck for another tomb. I think that sounds actually like the play. Just that our opponent can't just knock out one with a Dragapult. I don't want to put an energy in play because it just doesn't make sense to me. So let's just take these, building Spite on both, because we want to power that up. Yveltal-GX doesn't make sense to put down here either. And I'm just going to pass my turn, hoping that our opponent just does not take a knockout on this Jirachi next turn. It's a bit of a weak start from us because we didn't get a supporter off Jirachi. Could have we got out another Pokemon? Yeah. But it's just, maybe another Jirachi would have been cool. But if we just have a board of Jirachis and Spiritombs, our opponent can just pick off the one Spiritomb at a time. We almost have to split the tombs up. But we'll see. Maybe they'll Marnie us. Marnie would be a blessing here. Marnie would be a thick bless. Mysterious Treasure. Do they have a Psychic Energy in their discard pile too? No. So one thing that I get weirded out when I see players playing with Malamar, it's just very difficult to get energies attached back. Especially in a situation like this. Like, I don't know. I find this matchup's too close for comfort. They're going to scoop up that, and then they're probably going to play a Professor's Research after dropping... Yeah, exactly. Pokemon seems so scripted, especially in this current format. Everything is so easy to predict. There's the Zigzagoon. I mean, they're just going to provide extra damage at this point. They can't knock out my entire board. Which, to me, I just find this is a really odd move by our opponents. Because they have to place all their damage counters. It doesn't say you may, right? Yeah, you have to put 5 damage counters. So 10 plus... Yeah, so we're going to get a knockout there. So there's Building Spite, so there's 120... 150, 160. That's enough. And I'm just going to place this down because I know we're not going to survive otherwise. Let's just go Anguish Cry here for the knockout. So that's why I don't understand exactly what our opponent did. Like, they drew 2 prize cards, but we just drew 3. And if we end up getting anything, or if they somehow miss a knockout, they just lose the game. We're actually so close to knocking out our opponent with the Yveltal-GX that they probably don't even understand how close they are to just losing this game naturally with us having absolutely nothing in our hand. We are either a Zigzagoon or a Scoop Up Net away or a Quick Ball away from just winning this game. And I'm assuming that they're just going to evolve into a Dragapult VMAX as well. Oh, wow. I mean, that's not the worst. Dragapult VMAX would actually do less damage than their Dragapults, but I'm sure they know that. But let's see if they evolve into that. We'll see exactly what happens here. I'm actually almost fine with that too. Yeah, there's their Dragapult VMAX. I'm not sure why they did that. It does less damage. So there's a tomb. Let's just go for it at this point. I don't know if I need Jirachi. I'm just going to pitch this hand away. We're actually just very close to winning the game here. So we just need to do 160, yes. I think we actually just won the game. Yeah. Building Spites. And we just stole the game from our opponent. Literally 2 attacks to win the game. With the roughest hands. Alright, so we saw exactly how this deck does. I mean, we started with a terrible start against an okay matchup, and we were able to turn the game around in 2 attacks just by amplifying Anguish Cry. Our opponent actually helped us out a lot by not getting the full knockout on one of our Spiritombs, and we were able to capitalize on that. And then our opponent Marnied us out of our virtually dead hands. That allowed us to go ahead and win the game with another Spiritomb because of Hustle Belt. This deck absolutely destroys Dragapult. Sometimes Dragapult can be sneaky for this deck, but this deck It usually has a pretty good matchup against Dragapult. So if you've been tired of losing to Dragapult on the ladder, build this deck up. It's fairly budget overall. Like the Jirachis we got in the Pikarom League Battle kits, we got the Dedennes in the Trainer Toolkit boxes. Everything else is fairly simple to grab. I totally recommend picking this deck up. Let's I don't know. Let's see how this deck does. Give it a try. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. Stick around at the Lone Blown and watch some of the videos at the end of this to stay on the channel. Alright peeps, have yourself a good one. Really hope that you enjoyed watching that video. I totally enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video, share the video with everyone that you know, and subscribe to the channel as well. Totally appreciate all the support. We got a lot of cool things happening on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Be sure to check out the social links in the description. Thanks and have yourself a great one.